not the final look. This video is about restyling and re-moisturizing your hair mid-week. This is an old wash and go, as you can see, or maybe not. Maybe you might think this looks like this is a good style. She could still be rocking this, going out with it. But this video is about me restyling / re-moisturizing midweek, and this is just for you guys to learn that, like, if you have an old twist out or old braid out or wash and go but you're not quite ready to wash your hair yet, you can always just restyle it and re-put back in some moisture in your hair, especially if it's kind of dried out and it's no longer defined. So if you want to see how I do that, then keep on watching. Let's get right into the video. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and section my hair, and you want to take time with your sections, especially like for me, like when my style is old, you know, obviously like in wash and goes and stuff, your hair can like tangle on each other, like connect and everything. So I just separate it where it naturally wants to separate. I won't like force it to separate it in a certain part. So don't force your hair to separate in a certain part. Let it separate where it naturally wants to separate, so that you can avoid like getting snags or like having those knots where you have to like tear apart or anything like that, because you don't want to like further damage your ends or anything by doing that. All right, so I'm gonna come back to you with my hair section. For the products that I'll be using, I'm going to be using the Creme of Nature Curl Repair Leave-In Conditioner and their Hydrating Curl Cream, as well as to seal, I'm going to be using the 100% natural Jamaican Strong Roots Red Pimento Hair Growth Oil from Tropical Isle Living. You guys can see that there. Okay, this is not my first time using these products. I have used this leave-in and the cream before. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this, and I'm going to wet it. And for this restyling, re-moisturizing, again, for me, I use the LCO method, which is liquid, cream, and then oil. So like you saw, I have the leave-in conditioner, I have the cream, and then I have the oil. So I showed you that in the beginning, so that's how I'm gonna do it. But I do wet my hair first. So this is the consistency. So it looks on my hand. Pretty thick. So now that I've worked some product in, I'm gonna try and slowly separate some of these tangles that I have. All right, so I did that. I'm going to put in extra moisture. Whoa, this is so thick. So the leave-in conditioner was thick, still had a little cream and everything, in terms of, like you saw, it was still creamy and everything, but this is thick like a butter. So this is the Hydrating Curl Cream, and like, it's very thick. I'm gonna just show you how it is on my hand. So on my hand, like, it's like, you see that, like, it's thick like a butter, but still creamy, but you know, it's very thick. Like, as you see it, it's just sitting there, like, it won't fall out, pretty much. That's how thick it is. It will just do like a little, yeah, nothing's falling out. So yeah, so everything is detangled. Let's see. Okay. Alright, and now I'm going to add the oil to seal and then twist my hair. So what I will be doing is I'm going to decide to do a twist out. So I'm going to twist out my hair as my restyle. And I'm just doing that because twist outs are typically easier to take down and also quicker to install. I do have to go somewhere right after this, so I want to make sure that, like, I'm doing this real quick. But I just want to show you guys what I did, and I figured this would be a good video and it'd be helpful to you, so that you know, if this is something that you plan to do, you can. the next day, so now I'm going to take down my twists. As you can see, like, they're still shiny, still look moisturized. All right, so I'm going to use the oil to take them down, and I'm just gonna put it on my hands. Just rub it in my hands, so you see how that, and rub it on the ends of my hair. And the reason why I use oil when I take down my hair is that, I mean, obviously we know oil adds shine, but not really for that purpose. Just that as I'm taking my hair down, then it'll help to, like, there won't be as much friction, and hopefully, like, when I'm separating, it'll have, my hair will separate smoother. And if my hair separates smoother, then that means that, you know, I can cause less frizz, less friction, you know. So I'm gonna start from the back. Clip all of this up. Okay. And just unravel the twist from the back. Okay. And as you can see here, twist. And then what I like to do is stretch it. So you stretch your hair. You see where, like, you see these little partings, like where the hair naturally wants to separate. That's where you're going to separate your hair. That also helps to, you know, reduce any frizz that you might get. So I'm separating it, like stretching it out, seeing where it wants to separate, and then just separate it. Again, no. And then you could separate it as much as you like. That's really just up to you. Again, just stretching it out. And separating. Okay. So this is how much I separated the back. All right. Yeah, I don't want to separate it too much. You don't want to separate it, like, I don't want to separate it too small, so I think that's pretty good. You kind of make your own judgment on how much do you think you need to separate it. Okay, so this is the rest of the back done. I just wanted to come back and say, like, some parts of my hair in the back are still damp. So, but this part in the bottom, it felt dry. It's just some parts in the back middle here. And again, like, you know, when you put your hair in bigger twists, like, it does take longer to dry. So that was pretty much like 24 hours I had it in for, and it still needed more time to dry. So just kind of gauge that. Like, that's why sometimes I'll leave my hair in twists for longer, just because I want to have it in there and, like, not touch my hair, leave it, and also let it dry. Also, then I can always take it out later, maybe the weekend, the next week, or whatever. But, you know, use your discretion what you want to do. I known it was still just a little damp, like here in the middle. I could have sat under my hooded dryer for a little bit, but I actually have somewhere to go right after this, so that wouldn't have really been, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But, you know, again, you may have, you know, you might not be able to do certain things. Obviously, same thing, you might have somewhere to go, like, I ain't got time for that. So you know, you can always let the rest air dry, but sometimes that also does cause frizz. So moving on, let's keep going. I'm gonna continue to take down the rest of my hair. side. This is all one side, and then this is the other side. Okay, so let's continue and let's do the other side. We'll see how everything is taken down and see where to go from there. Products will be linked in the description box down below. And also, if you've gotten value out of this video so far, if you find this entertaining, if you've learned something, please hit that like button so that YouTube knows that, like, they'll push my content forward, knows that people actually want to see my content, they like it, as well as subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of my future videos, and share this with your friends and family. I know someone else will get value out of this if you've gotten value out of it, or they may have this that they want to know about re-moisturizing their hair midweek. What could they do? How do they do it? You know, so add value to someone else's life as I add value to yours. Like, we'll share all the goodies, share all the knowledge, you know, and help someone else out. All right, so we're gonna move on to this side. Like, I think you guys can kind of see the difference, like how that looks, but still looks moisturized and everything, but like, I think this side was dried just a little bit more. Like, you can kind of see the difference from that side to this. And sometimes, like, when it, like, again, it could dry frizzy. So, I mean, I necessarily don't like that. Like, I don't want it to be frizzy, and I'm sure you guys wouldn't want yours to be. But when you do yours, make sure it's dry. Okay. So, that's it. I took everything out. You can see on this side. And then you can see on this side how it's looking. So again, there's a little bit of dampness in the back here, some in the front. This side on the front definitely has more dampness, and some on the front down here. But I will. All right, so this is the final look. As you can see, I'm just gonna do a 360. And then in the back, okay, so I am back now when my hair is fully dried. So earlier it was around 12 p.m.-ish, around that time, and now it's around like 6, like almost 7 p.m. So 6:30 to 7 p.m. And my hair is fully dried now. So I'm gonna just let you see it. Okay, and then see the back. Okay. So as you see with my hair, it's completely dry now, and it didn't really shrink up as much, but again, you know, if it was completely dry when I took the hair down, it would be less frizz than what it is now. As you can see up close, it's not much frizz, but when you take each individual one out, like, it's defined. You see some definition, but I don't know if you can catch that, but there is still some frizz there. Or like on these parts, like you see how it's a little thinner. Like, that could also be due to like with the separation, but I do feel like if it was, which then I could like blend that in, you know, it's not a big issue if you do have that. You just kind of like blend it in. But I think the pattern would have been set a little bit more, and not as like maybe you see some of the frizz if it had dried all the way. But it still looks really good. This still looks like a good style I can put out, you know, I could go out in, and you probably think, oh, this looks fine, like it's nothing wrong with it or anything. So again, like when you are doing your hair, it's not always gonna come out perfect. Sometimes it's not gonna be dry all the way, and you just work with it. And I think for this, like, it still turned out pretty good, even though it wasn't dry all the way. Like, you see it all the way dry now. and I still have some length. You still see sheen. My hair hasn't like poofed up into a fro or anything, you know, it's still there. It still has like the patterns from the twist out and everything, and it's really soft. I do feel the moisture. I also still feel some of like, you know, like how I had the oils, so I feel some oils and everything too as well. And I do believe that the products moisturize my hair. I do feel like, as you guys can see, like it did a good job. With the scent, I still smell some of the scent in my hair, but again, it's, to me, it's not too overbearing. It's just that I'm smelling a lot more than I want to. Like it's lingering in my hair a little longer than I want it to. So there's that. But just keep that in mind, that it's possible it can linger in your hair. I won't say it's like annoying or anything like that. The scent is okay, but it's just not something that I want to just linger in my hair and constantly smell. But overall, I do feel like it moisturized my hair. I didn't think that I would still see my hair moisturized. I thought that possibly my hair would have probably dried out a little bit, because like I said before, when I used this before, my hair felt a little drier when I took it out. But then that could also be due to the fact that I had the twists in for a week and then I took them out the next week. But I've done that actually with other products after this, and those products have still kept my hair like very moisturized. But so far right now, there's no complaints. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like you can see, you know, like you can see how the hair is looking. So yeah, I definitely think that it worked out really well. And this is just how you would re-moisturize / restyle your hair midweek. And you know, again, in the comments below, let me know, have you ever tried Creme of Nature's product before, or this specific line? If you did, how did you like it? Did it work for you? As well as, do you re-moisturize / restyle your hair midweek? I know that not everyone does that. Maybe you don't have the time, but I would like to know whether you do it or not. If you do, what's your go-to that you restyle and do your hair in the middle of the week? Like what style is your go-to? And that's the goal, to re-moisturize, so put the moisture back into your hair, and also to have another style so that you can go out and have something else, like, you know, and especially if it's the weekend or you have some other event coming up and you know your hair was looking dry and old, it's like, this is just like your little refresh, your little jizzy up, you know, try to get your hair like back and revived and looking nice for whatever it is that you have going on. Or just the fact that if you want to just re-moisturize this so that your hair is moisturized and you keep that moisture in your hair, which is great for, you know, if you want to keep that length retention, you want to grow your hair and everything. So I hope you guys got value out of this video. I hope this helped you. And just know, not every style is going to come out perfect. There are going to be things that happen. Again, like my hair wasn't completely dry, but I still took it out. I let it air dry and it still looks really good. Like, y'all let me know if this looks good, you know, in your opinion, or do you feel like, nah, like could have been a little this or that. But to me, I think it looks really great. And if I were to go somewhere or go to an event or go out, like, this is fine. Like, just do whatever I'm doing, put my outfit together, makeup on point, you know, get your jewelry right, everything, and like, this is it. Like, I could go out and just rock this, and this looks really great. So thanks again for watching. Again, hit that like button if you got value out of this video, share it with your friends and family, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of my future video uploads, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.